The haunting of the Moonlit Nymphs. In the ancient, forgotten forest of Gloomhaven, a place shrouded in mystery and fear, rumors of ethereal beings known as the Moonlit Nymphs began to surface. It was said that these alluring, yet sinister creatures emerged only under the full moon, their haunting songs luring unsuspecting travelers deeper into the heart of the forest, never to be seen again. Local folklore whispered of their origin, tales passed down through generations, speaking of a cursed lineage of forest guardians who had once protected the woods but were consumed by darkness. Many believed that the nymphs were the avatars of these tormented souls bound to the forest by an ancient curse that twisted their once benevolent spirits into something dark and malevolent. As the moon cast its eerie glow over the dense canopy, casting elongated shadows across the forest floor, an unsuspecting group of travelers stumbled into the heart of Gloomhaven. Lost and disoriented, they sought refuge in the midst of the ancient trees, unaware of the dangers lurking just beyond their sight. The first warning came in the form of a haunting melody carried on the whispering winds that seemed to beckon the travelers deeper into the woods. Mesmerized by the enchanting song, they followed the ethereal sound, each step leading them further into the clutches of the nymph's domain. Soon, the forest itself seemed to come alive, the trees contorting and shifting in unnatural ways, their branches forming grotesque, twisted shapes that seemed to mock the intruders. Shadows danced among the undergrowth, taking on a life of their own, while unseen eyes watched from the darkness, filled with an otherworldly hunger. The travelers, now fully ensnared by the nymph's enchantment, found themselves unable to resist the call of the haunting melody, their minds clouded by a strange, all-consuming desire to uncover the source of the music. Yet, as they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, the true nature of the nymphs was revealed in all its horrifying glory. The once enchanting beings revealed their true forms, twisted and distorted, their beauty a facade masking their insatiable hunger for human souls. Their delicate, otherworldly features contorted into grotesque masks of malice, their voices now a cacophony of shrieks and wails that echoed through the trees, driving the travelers to the brink of madness. Trapped within the nymph's grasp, the travelers struggled to break free from the alluring trance that threatened to consume them entirely. As the moon's silvery light waned, their only hope lay in unraveling the ancient curse that bound the nymphs to the forest before they became nothing more than spectral echoes, forever lost to the darkness of Gloomhaven. As the night deepened, the forest of Gloomhaven transformed into a nightmarish realm, the very essence of fear taking physical form. The travelers, their senses overwhelmed by the cacophony of shrieks and wails, could feel the chilling touch of the nymph's icy fingers caressing their skin, seeping into their bones like a creeping frost. Desperation gnawed at their hearts as they realized the true extent of the nymph's power, their once feeble attempts at escape proving futile against the supernatural forces at play. The forest itself seemed to shift and twist, its very nature contorted by the malevolent energy of the nymphs, creating a labyrinth of shadows and illusions that defied all reason and logic. In the depths of the forest, they stumbled upon an ancient clearing, the ground adorned with intricate symbols and markings that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. It was there that they came face to face with the cursed matriarch of the nymphs, a figure of pure darkness and malice, her form a grotesque amalgamation of flesh and shadow. With a voice that reverberated through the very core of their beings, the cursed matriarch recounted the tragic tale of her people, the guardians of the forest, who had succumbed to the insatiable hunger for power and immortality. Bound by a blood oath to protect the forest at all costs, they had sacrificed their humanity, their very souls, in a twisted ritual that had forever cursed them to an existence of eternal torment. Her words carried a chilling warning, a plea born of centuries of suffering, urging the travelers to break the cycle of darkness that had consumed the nymphs. But the curse was powerful, its roots deeply entwined with the very essence of the forest itself, and the only way to sever its hold was to face the true embodiment of their darkest fears. As the travelers braced themselves for the final confrontation, the forest erupted into a frenzy of chaotic energy, the very fabric of reality unraveling before their eyes. Shadows coalesced into twisted, nightmarish forms, their piercing cries echoing through the trees, while the ground trembled beneath their feet, threatening to swallow them whole. In a harrowing battle that blurred the lines between the physical and the ethereal, the travelers fought not only against the nymphs' corporeal manifestations, but also against the demons that haunted their own subconscious, manifesting as grotesque reflections of their deepest fears and regrets. In the end, as the first light of dawn pierced through the canopy, the cursed matriarch, her form fading into the dissipating shadows, bestowed upon the travelers a final, solemn blessing. The forest, now free from the grasp of the cursed nymphs, began to stir with new life, its ancient guardian spirits finally finding peace in the embrace of the rising sun. Yet, as the travelers emerged from the depths of Gloomhaven, forever changed by the horrors they had witnessed, they carried with them a lingering sense of unease, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the edge of the mortal realm, where the Moonlit Nymphs' haunting melodies still echoed through the whispers of the wind. A cautionary tale for all who dared to venture too deep into the shadows of the unknown. In the wake of their harrowing ordeal, the travelers found themselves plagued by nightmares that seeped into their waking hours, their minds haunted by visions of twisted shadows and echoing cries that echoed through the depths of their souls. They soon discovered that the forest's influence had not ended with their escape, as whispers of the nymph's malevolent presence began to spread, tainting the surrounding villages with an aura of dread and despair. Each night, the villagers would wake to find their dreams invaded by the haunting melody of the nymphs, their minds ensnared by the same irresistible call that had lured the travelers into the heart of Gloomhaven. As the moon rose in the night sky, the forest seemed to extend its sinister reach beyond its borders, its baleful influence spreading like a dark stain across the land. People vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispered tales of a haunting, hypnotic song that led them to their doom. Madness gripped those who dared to venture too close to the edge of the forest, their once rational minds consumed by a maddening obsession to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the darkness. The villagers, desperate to rid themselves of the nymph's curse, sought the guidance of wise elders and enigmatic mystics, whose ancient knowledge held the key to unraveling the mysteries of the forest. Together, they delved into the annals of forbidden lore, uncovering forgotten rituals and incantations that spoke of a ritualistic cleansing capable of banishing the nymph's vengeful spirits from the mortal realm. As the moon reached its apex once more, casting its eerie glow over the village, the elders and mystics led a courageous group of volunteers into the heart of the forest, armed with ancient talismans and blessed artifacts meant to ward off the nymph's influence. But the forest, now fully awakened to their intentions, revealed its true nature in a tempest of primal fury, unleashing a torrent of spectral horrors that assailed the group with an unrelenting ferocity. The volunteers, their minds tested by the nymph's relentless onslaught, fought tooth and nail to maintain their grasp on reality, their very souls threatened by the nymph's insidious whispers that sought to lull them into a false sense of security. Shadows danced and twisted around them, taking on monstrous forms that defied all reason, their haunting cries blending with the nymph's melody to create a symphony of terror that threatened to consume them entirely. In a last desperate stand against the encroaching darkness, the volunteers chanted the ancient incantations, their voices rising above the cacophony of madness, their wills fueled by a determination to cast the nymphs back into the depths of the abyss from whence they came. With a blinding surge of primal energy, the forest trembled, its very essence purged of the nymph's cursed presence, leaving behind only an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air, a solemn testament to the price of confronting the darkness within. As the sun rose on the horizon, its warm rays piercing through the lingering mist, the villagers emerged from the forest, their spirits weary, but their resolve unbroken. The haunting melody of the nymphs had finally been silenced, but the scars left by their malevolent influence would forever serve as a stark reminder of the fragile boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the forgotten, where the Moonlit Nymphs would forever remain a cautionary tale of the horrors that lurked in the shadows of the unknown.